everybody, it is me, your girl Ariel Phoenix, but I guess you don't recognize me because I have on glasses today. Yes, I wear glasses, but I don't really care for how I look in them all the time, so, well, specifically these. So I will only wear them with like makeup on, like a tiny bit of makeup, because I don't know. Anyways, that is not important. This is Chronicles of Depression. Yes. So I said a lot in the last like couple videos or whatever. So this time I kind of wrote down little, you probably can't see it because I wrote in pink, little like bulletins, so to speak, of what I want to make sure is discussed and focused on in this particular video, so that I'm not just like going the whole time, because part of that is because I don't really plan on what I want to say in that video. But at the same time, I'm still doing it, even though I kind of know where I'm going with this. It's also kind of slightly a little bit of a mechanism, a coping mechanism of kind of like, I don't really know how to say what I want to say without getting like overly emotional. And maybe I'm not 100% ready for that, but I have to get over that, because the whole point of this is to be completely open. And because being completely open is really the only way that I can get what I need from this, and y'all can get what y'all need from this. But that really wasn't where I was going with this. So basically, yeah. So it's not a script. It's just kind of some bullets to remind me what to talk about and to keep me focused or whatever, because I can get sidetracked very easily and go on and on and on in the wrong direction. So, yeah, if you notice me looking down and reading or whatever, that's just kind of me reminding myself of what I'm supposed to be doing. Let me know if you like my blue glasses or not. And I guess here we go with the Chronicles of Depression. So, and this is not for everybody, but for me in particular, mine comes in waves. I may or may not be bipolar, and specifically have bipolar depression. May or may not. Because actually, what a lot of people don't know is that when I was in, I think I was in elementary school still. Yeah, I was in elementary school, and my teacher brought it up to my mom that she felt like I needed to be tested because she believed that I was bipolar. And my mom spoke with my aunt, and my aunt felt like, yeah, I can definitely see that. I agree. We should do that. So my mom took me to get tested, and most of you might not know this unless you've been through it yourself or have looked into it or know somebody who's done it, but the bipolar test is really, 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 really long, and it's 2 parts. At least it was when I took it. So I did the first part of the test, as well as had like interview, for lack of a better word, with the therapist. And she strongly felt like I probably was, which is why we started the test and stuff. But after doing the first part, I never went back and finished the test, because my insurance, my mom's insurance, whatever it is, I don't know if it's mine or my mom's or whatever, but basically it fell through. And so my voice is cracking for some reason. It fell through, and we weren't able to pay for the stuff on our own. So couldn't go back to therapy, couldn't go back to get a test, couldn't go do none of that, and life went on. It didn't go on smoothly, but it went on. So yeah, so it comes in waves. And so, as most of you probably to some extent know, bipolar is kind of defined by the waves. A lot of people think it's like, oh, I'm yelling 1 second and the next minute I'm crying. Well, more realistically, it looks like a couple weeks to a couple months of highs, which is, you know, happy, being okay, not really being okay actually, but happy, go lucky, preppy, you know, super focused, super driven, super on point with a lot of things, like with work and school or whatever you got going on in your life. But at the same time, you're also doing certain behaviors that aren't okay, and that's why I said not necessarily okay, but we're not really going to get into that because this isn't called the Chronicles of Bipolar, it's called the Chronicles of Depression. I'm just giving you these little details so you can understand my situation on a more personal level and can really grasp it. Anyways, so then the lows, you know, that's the whole depression bit. So for me, during my highs, I am super focused, super driven, you know, with doing what I need to do around the house, cooking, cleaning. I'm like super on it. I look like superwoman to the outside. I say the outside world, but I mean to my family and friends or whatever, people who know me. I am constantly writing songs and poems and working on my manga. Yes, I am writing a manga, however you want to say it. And yes, I write songs. That is my biggest passion, is music. So for me, that's a big deal. And I really feel like I'm getting somewhere during those highs. And then the lows come and all my progress just goes out the window because I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to cook. I don't want to clean. I don't want to do nothing. And I don't feel anything, but at the same time, I feel everything. And it's just horrible, you know, kind of just sitting there stuck in like mental and emotional black hole, you know, if you will. And all my exercise progress goes out the window because, like I said, I don't want to cook nothing. I don't want to do nothing. And I don't, for the most part. And, well, I mean, I cook, but not like as much, nowhere near as much as I'm supposed to, which means we're eating out because, hey, kids got to eat, husbands got to eat, you know. So then we're eating out. And I'm not getting in my car to go get it neither. My husband's getting it on his way home. Or we're ordering some pizza if neither one of us feels like doing it. Because I'm not doing nothing. I'm not. I don't want to. I don't desire to do anything. But not only do I not have desire to do what I need to do, I don't have any desire to do the things that I would usually want to do. Which is why my manga has gotten nowhere, okay? I am still on the beginning, okay? Like, love interest has just met type beginning stuff. And for those of you who read, you know that is definitely getting nowhere. So anyways, so for me, like I said, it comes in waves, and it's always been that way, literally always. And that point is made by the fact that I was, started the test at a very young age because they noticed that. But I feel like in the past, maybe like year-ish, it has gotten like a whole lot worse. And I don't know for a fact if it's because I took on so much new stuff all at once, or because our day-to-day schedules at home have changed big time and stuff. But that, I feel like if that's not the reason, it definitely contributed to it. Because I don't know if it was October or November, but one of those months, I actually decided to go ahead and take advantage of at the time, free medical assistance course. And it would only be free for me for a short period of time. So I hopped on that because it's free, duh. And I kind of felt like it would give me something to fall back on. I could get a job anywhere we go, being military, we're always moving around and stuff like that. And with just regular jobs, it can be kind of hard to, like, transfer and stuff, And around the same exact time, though, that I started my class, maybe like, yeah, it was definitely at the same exact time, because the actual sign up was a couple weeks before I actually started my classes. So yeah, around the same exact time, a friend of mine came to me and she's like, I really don't mean to do this to you, but I really need this huge favor. Do you think you can watch my son Monday through Friday from like super early in the morning until she got off of work? And being a mom myself, I felt like, how can I say no? She told me, like, if you can't, I understand. But for me, it was just like, how can I let somebody that's my friend or even my acquaintance, down like this and say no, when they're having, this situation going on, because it's out of her control, and I understand that, because life happens to me a lot, to be honest. And, as a mother, like, if I've kind of been there before, in a job and the babysitter doesn't really work out or whatever. So I started right away, the very next day, watching her child, and started my class around the same time. And it just was so much, because all kids are different, and he wasn't even one yet. And I struggled with really, really bad chronic migraines, for those of you who don't already know that. And the combination of that, combined with the fact that I had literally just found out that I have high blood pressure. Yeah, it sucks. It was just a lot. It became very overwhelming very quickly. And to be honest, before all this stuff went down, I wasn't exactly doing that well, mentally and emotionally, physically, or whatever. So I just ended up going into like a downward spiral, and felt like there was no way out of the rabbit hole. And hold that thought, because my child is up from his nap for whatever reason. Sorry about that. I am back. So yeah. So I became very overwhelmed. And I went from, I don't really feel like cooking, I'm gonna cook sometimes and we'll eat out sometimes, to I am not cooking at all. We are gonna eat out. And we literally were eating out every single day. Like, she would come pick up her child and we'd be sitting there with Cookout, McDonald's, Wendy's, like whatever was available, whatever we could get quickly, whatever had a drive-through, so that my husband could just go through the drive-through, pick it up on his way home or whatever. And obviously, I gained weight that way. And gaining weight made me feel even worse. And it's just like I'm digging the rabbit hole even deeper. And it's like a never-ending cycle. And I know that being a little chubby or even, you know, not being skinny is okay. Everybody comes in different shapes. Everybody comes in different sizes. And that's perfectly fine. It's perfectly normal. It's wonderful to be who you are, to feel wonderful in your own skin, to feel beautiful, to feel nice. And there are so many pretty, beautiful people who are not a size 0, a size 2, a size 3, whatever. And there are so many pretty, beautiful people who are a size 2, a size 3, a size 0. Just like there's people who aren't exactly the most attractive in all shapes and sizes as well. It's really about how you feel on the inside and how you carry yourself as well. And people who exude that happiness and that confidence are automatically a little bit more attractive as it is. But for me, I don't feel that way about myself. Even when I was smaller, because there was a time when I was a size 3. There was a time when I was a size 5. I'm not going to state my size right now. Do not ask me. I am not going to do it. I am coming out of my comfort zone already. I want to say a little bit at a time, but honestly, these videos were a huge step, so it's really not a little bit at a time. But I'm easing into it my own way, okay? So that information I will not go on with. But even when I was those sizes, I wasn't happy with myself. I've always felt like I was fat. Even when I knew I wasn't. I'm not fat now. But when I put on, currently, when I put on most of my clothes, I feel fat. I feel ugly. When I happen to see myself in a picture or a mirror, and it's not like from here up, I feel fat. I feel ugly. If somebody else takes a picture of me, oh, I hate when somebody else takes a picture of me, because it's like they can never get a picture where I don't look fat. But I am aware that that is just how I see myself. I know that that's not how everybody sees me. I know that's not how my husband sees me. In fact, I'm pretty sure that my husband has love goggles and he sees me as like the most prettiest girl in the world because he loves me that much. But I don't see that. It helps to know that for sure, but I don't see it myself, and that makes it hard. And it's especially hard because of the highs and lows that come with bipolar depression, because it's like I work so hard to exercise, to eat right, to lose the weight, to tone up, or whatever the case may be. And as soon as that low comes, it all goes to hell. Like, it's all out of the window. Not only is it out of the window, but I've gained even more weight. And now I am currently weighing more than what I weighed when I was pregnant with both my kids. Not combined, but like each time. Because I weighed different amounts with each one. And that is really bothering me. It's like on my mind constantly lately. And other than just it bothering me, like I said earlier, I have high blood pressure and I'm not the healthiest person in the world. I go to the doctor quite often. I feel sick all the time and different things. And So for health reasons, I need to lose weight. I need to be in shape. I don't want to be a stick. I don't have an unrealistic idea of what my weight goal is or anything like that. I just want to lose weight to the extent of it helps my health and my mental state, and I know that for sure I can make my health a little bit better if I can bring my weight down. But honestly, I'm not 100% sure that losing weight will help my mental, because I said earlier, even when I was a size 3 or a size 5, I still felt fat back then. Although you're probably thinking to yourself, how the hell is a size 3 or a size 5 fat? And I'm thinking the same thing when other people say it. But that's just how I see myself. I wish I could get my eyes fixed, but I can't. But like I said, it's hard to lose weight because of the depression, because of the eating habits that come from the depression part of it. And currently I am working on small steps to make that change. Like for instance, switching out certain unhealthy snacks like chips and dips or pickles or what have you. Not that I'm eating that stuff all the time, by the way. But just switching that stuff out so that when I get that hungry feeling, because obviously eating less makes you hungry more, and you have to eat less because the serving sizes here in the U.S. are crazy and not healthy at like fast food places and stuff like that. So when you eat less, you have to eat more. I mean, you don't have to eat more. You feel like you need to eat more. You feel hungry more. And so it's good to have like little healthy snacks in between so that you're not like counteracting all your progress by eating the things that are like really bad for you. Because then it's like, well, what is the point? And that's kind of what I've been doing recently, is eating smaller portions at dinner, lunch, breakfast, whatever, and eating healthier. But then, oh, I'm hungry and it's the middle of the day, let me snack on something. Oh, what do we have in the house? Okay, let me just grab that. Because I'll start with fruit, but fruit is not filling. So if you have a recommendation on healthy and delicious, that's very important, snacks that I can snack on in between times, let me know. But anyways, so I'm doing that, stuff like that, adding little things like walking every day. And it doesn't even have to be like a far walk, because like I said, I suffer from migraines and things, so I kind of just have to do what I can when they're really bad. But you know, little things like that. And I think that so far my progress has been pretty decent. I have, for the most part, been sticking to it. And I even have a little calendar specifically just for like my exercising, my studying, and these videos, to kind of give myself like a timeline to stick to, because as I previously stated, the waves, they come and go, and then I just fall off. So I'm trying whatever I can to not fall off. And that is slightly hopeful, but to be honest, in the back of my mind, I do wonder, how long will this last? How long will my progress continue? How long before I lose focus? How long before I no longer believe in myself? Do I even believe in myself now? I don't know. But I hope I can do it. I need to do it. I hope that these changes do help my emotional state, my mental state. I hope they affect how I see myself. But I don't know if they will. Honestly, more than half of me doubts they will. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Like, I need to live long enough to see my kids grow up and have families of their own. And I can't do that if I am hurting myself through my unhealthy eating habits. Because fast food every day can give me a heart attack. Can give anybody a heart attack. It's not good for my kids either. And I want them to be around. So, here we go. Alright. That's enough of that. As you can see, I'm starting to feel a little down by talking about all of this. But at the same time, honestly, it does feel good to be so open and to finally say certain things out loud. So, please subscribe if you already haven't. And remember, this is Ariel Phoenix signing off.